Hi. Now, according to the title of this video is completely dedicated only for those who are actually trying to explore and understand the significance of trust and belief in your life. And how can you actually bring success, build success, or attract success towards you by actually introducing the concepts of belief and trust in your life. Many of us are actually very confused on things when we are actually hearing about that you should believe yourself. Why should I believe myself? What is the need to believing in self, right? This is the concept that we will actually clear here today, okay? Because this is a very big thing when you are actually trying in your life, okay? And I have seen many who are actually not able to understand the thing about believing themselves or trying to actually trust, and trust or belief is a very big thing when coming to the concept of confidence. If you don't have any confidence, this is completely the equation of not having confidence is equal to not having trust or belief in anything. So this is what we will actually understand this here right now. Now if you have seen the writing I have done in my board, you will actually get to notice that success is only for those who believe. Now, let me just introduce you to some examples. Tell me, suppose you are a driver, or just leave the concept of driving. Many of us know the journey of how we learn cycles, right? If you don't know cycle, that is not the big deal, but you will understand the basics of what I'm actually trying to make you understand in this example. Now, if you are someone who doesn't know about cycling, remember that try to understand or try to relate, okay? And people who are actually able to ride cycle, they knew it. You remember the days where you didn't know about cycling, you know? My days were that my cycle had two little wheels on their both sides, supporting the cycle to stay upright at any condition, right? And this was very common in almost everyone's life who have actually experienced cycling at a very early age or have got opportunity to actually uh, get that thing just because of their family's financial condition, okay? So you know what, that cycle was with those wheels. I have ridden them for almost few years, few years. And uh, many of us actually doesn't require that much time, right? But I didn't believe myself. I didn't try it that much that I have to do it or I can do it. I just thought I don't, I can't, because whenever I have tried just a bit, just a bit to see myself, I have actually got the idea that I have not gained the power or the superpower of balancing the equipment. Okay, years have gotten, and then my mother decided that this needed to be solved. She took me angrily, and in my childhood, I was a bit scared of my mom, uh, but it was needed because I am very stubborn with my conditions. And to get out of that zone, the comfort zone, it was needed. So my mother took me just by getting me scared that if you don't ride the bicycle as it should be, then I will see you. And by that, maybe children already get scared of many things, right? They have super power of imagining too harsh things. So I just, maybe I don't remember what I have thought that at that moment, but the thing was that two probabilities were there, that I can be scolded or the cycle may be solded. Either I got scolded or the cycle may be solded. So I didn't want that cycle to go away from me because it has actually make me very, very, what to say, very lazy actually, because it has got my habit of running away. And at that moment, nothing was too important, just the scary moment that my mother gave me. And she just gave me one option, just one option. There is no way back, okay? There is only one option, that you have to do it, okay? The situation was, the supporting wheels of the cycle was removed. Then she gave me almost just 50 to 100 meters of straight road, and she told me, ride it completely nicely, go there and come here, and you have to ride it. If you don't, that's that's it. The sentence should, without completing, was very scary to me, and it got me. Thus, that moment is very remarkable and very inspiring for me, because that no way going back option led me to actually completely or perfectly drive the cycle. I got my foot at the end of the road and imagine, oh my god, how is it possible? But today I realize that I did it perfectly to the end point, and again, without any mistake, I started the cycle and it was completely or perfectly done, and I reached my mother, and then I was actually shocked to see myself. But today I realize this is two-phase thing. First phase thing is not important for this video, but I will tell you that I think, or I have thought for years, that I did it instantly. No, my subconscious brain was actually uh, training with those supporting cycles for years, and it has already made those calculations that how to actually balance the thing. But what was important and what is important for this video is that I didn't believe myself, or I have very much trust issues with myself, and I didn't give myself that chance to actually try it. If you fail, nothing goes away from you, right? And in my childhood, when I used to run in the common roads of the society, I had got many injuries, and that didn't stop me. But when it comes to removing the supporting wheels of the cycle, many things come to me that don't do it. I don't have the skill to actually drive it, you know? And the lesson is actually introduced by my mother, that today I understand. She didn't make me understand the what was going with me. But today I understand that this is the real importance of believing or trusting yourself. Now, this was a completely real life experience based example to make you understand the what is the role and how it looks like in real life. Now, let me actually make you understand more into the topic. Now, success, leaving the success for now and just erasing everything, okay? Now, why I'm actually making the video? It should be said to you. Uh, as I've told, for myself in my childhood, and for now, whenever I see people, they are unable to take steps, unable to act. Okay, this is my first point. They are actually unable to act. They know what they can do, they know what have to be done and how it could be done, but they are unable to act just because of their fear. And this fear comes when you don't trust yourself and you have trust issues within yourself, that you will actually gather too many points of mm, why should you don't do it, but very few people actually gather few good points that why should they do. And you know what, from my life I can say you that things that has to be done are actually to be done, and there is no way going back, or there is no backup option until you failure. People think, I need to clear one concept before getting forward in this video, that if you are a person who is thinking or who thinks of what if I fail, what if I fail, right? This is a safety mechanism of your brain that lets you think of don't go forward and it will destroy you. Just be in your comfort zone. No. So if you are someone who thinks this, let me make you understand that it's good to think, but it's not good to believe. You can actually create a backup plan. Suppose if you are being very confident that you have a good startup idea, good marketing, you have the skill to actually generate money, you have the contacts, and you can actually start it, okay? But your brain also tells you this, right? Then what should you do? Should you go forward or should you just be where you are? Just think of a backup plan. And by this, I don't mean you to actually put money into planning a plan. The basic backup plan is that to realize if I destroy myself with the idea I have got here up to right now, I promise myself that I will be mentally and physically calm and will not try to believe that it was my fault. It was just a chance for me to understand things better in my life, and I will try it once again with better approach. This is should be your backup plan, not something that I will actually die after, or I will actually uh, decrease my spending and create a backup plan and invest money on a team that might do a better job in the backup plan, and then I can actually decrease my losses. No, you are actually then putting your percentage of your energy and your thinking and your capacity or your potential to a different thing. No, this should not be your focus. Your focus should be here to the success, not here. Your focus should be into your idea. Until you give your total dedication to a thing, how can you expect things, right? Just consider your mothers. If you are a person who have a healthy family, a normal family, then please try to consider a life of a mother, right? In our Indian uh, culture, normally our mothers sacrifices many things. The things you can't get an idea about. The life that you can't even imagine. At least in these days where we actually think too much about freedom. Okay, so just consider your mother a role model for yourself. See, she has actually sacrificed her complete life and made you, and you are the plant that she have actually grown. Where was it? Huh. Your complete dedication. So your mother didn't have any backup option of leaving you, right? And most normal families actually experience this. So if you are someone who have extraordinary life, then just for this example, try to refer a normal family. Okay, so the mother sacrifices most of her freedom, right? Most of her freedom, most of her skills that she can actually have made money and fame, right? But she had sacrificed. You can say that she was in fear. She didn't have the confidence, but this is not the point. She did what she had to, and this needs too much of courage to go forward with. Too much of sacrifice, right? Luckily, I was born in a family that led me to enjoy education or experience related to business. Okay, and my grandfather made me realize that business is not your way of earning money, it's actually your child. You have to raise it. So, if your mother have grown you up by sacrificing too much of things, then you can actually grow your child, your idea, your skills, and your concepts, just being yourself, right? So this is what 100% of dedication looks like. Okay, now what is the concept of trust and belief in your life? So I have made you understand what 100% giving looks like. Okay, now the next thing you need to understand is what is trust or what is belief looks like, or how should you do it. That is the main thing, right? Just setting up things in my mind that trust. You know what? Confusion is the evil that is not letting you to understand the concept of trust and belief in your life. How? Tell me, mm, if you love something, right? Okay. If you love something or someone, how often you consider to actually being in confusion whether to love it or not? Did you ever did that? That should I love it or him or her, or should I not? This confusion is the base starting point of every trust issue and not believing what you are doing. I think until you have the enough required amount of knowledge of what you are doing, you should not be confident on what you are doing and what should you doing, right? What are, and have what you have to do it. Okay, in a video I have discussed that confidence comes from two things. First is first is your knowledge. Second is your training. That is, your subconscious mind will actually make you understand the instincts that this is what you have to do and this is what should I do. And this training is backed up by the knowledge you have, okay? The experience you had in your past. And this is what confidence is generated from. Now, another thing is there that options, you know, you have confidence and you have options. If you believe yourself, if you believe your training, your past, your experiences, you can pick up what you want. But if you are too much out of your confidence zone, you don't trust your experience, you don't trust your knowledge, your training, your instincts, you are completely shaded into the options. What should I do? Why should I do? Who am I? What can I do? This is what not trusting looks like. Confusion, trust, confidence. These are the three things that you need to understand. And if you give me some time, some more time, these three are completely related to each other. You have to actually make these three things tuned for yourself. Let me give you my experience based example. Hmm, I got very little bit of thing, but very major thing that I consider in my life. Okay, so the thing was, I was in a job. Okay, my first job of my life. Uh, uh, my first job after uh, studying civil engineering, diploma in civil engineering. Okay, uh, that paid less but gave more opportunities to test myself. Okay, so I was in a modeling section of in construction department. Okay, construction modeling, you can say it like that. So the role was actually beam modeler. You can search it in the Google, building information modeling. Okay, BIM modeler. Okay, I was beam DD, right? Oh, I'm just confused. Whatever. I was into beam modeling. Okay, my age of beam, that is my experience, total experience, was just maybe 2.5 months. Okay, not years. 2.5 months. I was completely into my work. You can say like that. Ki during my working hours, I was actually trying to explore my previous learnings into the real life projects and noticing every problem arising while in the live projects, actually noting down every problems arising in the live project, and then after the working hours in my room, I was actually searching them, experimenting them, and exploring the everything related to that problem, and that opened uh, too much of new ways that I can actually explore the software or experience on the projects, right? That might look like that your uh, job gave you uh, opportunity of this much, and little with little bit of flaws and issues arising within it, and with that every issue you opened up a newer opportunity. Okay, that is going beyond your opportunities, if I want to make you realize like that. So within that 2.5 months, the experience I have gained with the software, or the attachment I have got with the software or the modeling part, was very amazing. And the graph of my learning was like that, and that gave me too much of excitement of what I was doing. Then suddenly opportunity comes, okay, to actually get onto a project that requires the knowledge of the thing that I have never ever have tried even. Okay, something, if you want to say, okay, in a software there is few set of tools or group of tools, and there were few advanced level set of tools that I didn't had to use up to right now, that is up to my this amount of experience. Then the opportunity required this advanced set of tools, that is steel modeling. Okay, so that made me a confusion, that made me into confusion, that should I go it. But as my manager was very good and enthusiastic, he believed that I can do it, because my learning graph, uh, maybe he noticed it or not noticed it, but I have noticed it. So the thing is, confusion was inevitable, but that was vanished within seconds, just due to my this my past experience. That means just this, and my learning and training from years. I have actually learned the software while I was in my college, and that was very a big deal according to the industry I have chosen from my college days. You know, I didn't believe that I can get it, but I have tried my best to do it because I know that if you put energy into something completely, it will have to give you returns. So I took the opportunity, and it took more of my time, more of my energy. I was a bit scared, but I believed in myself that I don't have to go back. I don't have an option to go back. This is my belief that I don't have any option to go back. There is no backup plan. Now I have to do it. And this was my real motivation, you know. Motivation is nothing, and this is the real motivation. Just living beings, especially humans, their brain are actually configured to actually be in a comfortable zone or just to be alive at any situation. And if you just put yourself in a situation that you may die, then your brain will actually try to make you alive no matter what the situation is. So bit of things is that just try it and live it upon your experience, training, and your brain. You have to try it. If you don't try, then how can you do it? You will die. Suppose you are in a jungle and there is no one, you are just alone to experience the thrill of the jungle, and then suddenly you got into a very deep uh, hole, and it's almost 8 feet. Then what you will try? You will think that I'm dead. I am completely dead, and society will actually declare me dead instantly. No, this is not the real life. The real life is you will try. If you don't try, then you are not a human. You are just a species of plant, you know, who have actually sprouted in that hole and got dead. So the human will actually try to get out of the hole, maybe applying thousand of times or thousand ways to actually get out from it. Okay, so the main thing is confusion. Confusion. My this example. Okay, just get back from the forest to my example. My confusion was completely vanished when I have no options, and that made me to trust myself that I have to do it because I can do it because I have spent my time, my energy into it. And this is the complete concept of trust and belief. If you have these two things done and you then get into the zone of trust, never ever, I warn you, never ever, you can consider this as my threat to you. Never ever consider, okay, of being in a confusion after you have get into this trust zone. Because if you are considering a confusion that can I do it after sorting all these things, then you are, my dear, you are a person who is very confused and will take your years to understand that you have made a mistake. People nowadays are very confused to believe, and they often fail just because their trust issues. And for these trust issues, they are very much unable to actually provide their 100% potential to anything. Maybe a simple thing like cooking. They don't even believe their training, they don't even spend their time to understand the concept of hating just chemical objects. Okay, they don't even think, because just their fear, their confusion are making them blind to see the reality of life. There is nothing permanent, everything is flowing, and you have to flow with it. You have to act, you have to gain experience, you have to learn, you have to fail. There is no proof that perfection is existed in this life. Okay, perfection is an illusion. If you consider perfection is your way of life, then my dear, tell me, in how many years you did, how many of things that you have tried to do. At least I didn't made it until I believed that no, perfection is actually a illusion. Sorry, an illusion. Grammatical mistake. So my video is complete. So the video was actually to make you understand the concept of trust and believe in yourself. And I think I have made a perfect and just the right amount of things introduced to yourself, so that you can actually understand the significance of trusting you and the consequences of not trusting you. So now your duty is to let your thoughts come into the comment section, and let me explore the ways you think that this title or this topic of the video is viewed from your life.